What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Maximize. Welcome. So today guys, I wanted to go over some plant updates for you as well as some life updates for me. Not that it's all about me, but you know, it's a big deal what I'm gonna tell you. It's a big reveal. But basically we'll get into that. So today I just wanted to go over some of the newer plants that I got in like the last couple months or so. I just wanted to update you on how they're doing, and they're two types that I've never had before, so it's been interesting. Let's get into it. So the first plant that I got that I've never had before is the bromeliad. So this plant is very unique because you have to water it by pouring water into the leaves, which it really like irks me because it's like, oh my God, like this plant's just gonna rot. It's gonna rot. You know, that's my natural instinct. All other plants basically would not respond well to water being in their leaves. It would just rot and die, you know, but not this plant. It's a one-off. It's a very unique one. Here's Mr. Wesley. Come here. He wants to be on my lap. No, he doesn't. Okay. So the bromeliad has been doing really well. It actually tolerates low light super well. I originally had it right in front of my south-facing window, and I didn't notice like a huge difference in, you know, its growth or its color or anything. So I tried moving it back to a lower light setting, and still nothing. It's still fine. It's still fine. So I don't know. I think it doesn't really care how much light, and it does well in lower light. So that's been going swimmingly. My second plant is the peperomia. So I've never had a peperomia ever, but I didn't realize that they're kind of succulent-ish because their leaves are thicker, they hold more water, so they have more of like that succulent energy, okay? And mine has been doing so well. It loves being in really bright light, but I have read that it can do okay in slightly lower light settings. And you really don't need to water them that much. And they have really shallow roots, so they can live in like a small pot for its whole life and it'll be just fine. That's a perfect plant for a house setting. One that you can kind of forget about and you don't have to worry too much about watering because it really retains a lot, and you don't have to keep sizing up the pot until it's like this massive tree in the middle of your house, you know. The next plant is my Rapi tetrasperma, and so it had a new leaf coming in and it ended up being like the most perforated leaf ever. It's like the most perfect leaf I have ever seen. Not to pat myself on the back too much, but I am, because it's beautiful. So my Rapi is doing super well. Again, that's in a south-facing window, just soaking in that gorgeous sun. And then my Hoyas are on the same table as my Rapi plant. They've been blowing up. They've just been growing continuously, new leaves constantly. My Hoya macrophylla hasn't been growing as much. It popped out 2 leaves, but I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna get bigger because they're like really small and they're not really growing quickly. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that's like normal, if they just take forever to get to that big size. We'll see. I don't know. But my Hoyas are doing fantastic. So I don't know. Everything's going well. My Oxalis triangularis, I can't say it, is doing great. It's still flowering. It's putting out more flowers actually and more leaves. And so it's not dying back yet, but you know, the flowers aren't dead yet, so we're still kind of waiting to see if it'll die back for the winter, even though I don't really have a winter at the moment to give it. I don't have it. Maybe one day I will and it'll die. I don't know. So those are my plant updates for now. Everything else that I have is doing great, but those are like my interesting little updates for you. So now we can get into my life update, which is a bigger dealio and something that I think most of you would enjoy. I'm sorry if it's not plant related, but you won't mind. So the little life update that I wanted to give you guys, so I've been working from home since March, and you know, no end in sight. There's no plan to really go back to the office for a long time, so I'm working from home until I don't know. You know, I thought since I'm home all the time and Wesley is so chill and he's a good boy and, you know, the love of my life, I'm like, well, you know, I can provide a good home for another little living soul for a little while at least. So I have fostered a little puppy. She didn't even have a name when I picked her up, so we've named her Ridley. She is like a little princess queen. Let me show you her. Come here, baby. Here she is. She's like a little terrier mix, and she looks like a little old man. I love it. She's a good girl. You're a good girl. Say hello. So we're like right in the middle of potty training with her, and I've never had a puppy in my life. I've only had adult dogs, so I'm not used to puppy vibe and energy, and wow, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But obviously she's like the cutest thing in the freaking world, so she's worth it. I don't know if she's like maybe part Schnauzer or just terrier. I'm not sure. She is like really cute. She's killing it with potty training. She's like, she didn't even know what grass was when I got her. She was like, what is that? It's wet. And it's like a weird texture. Like, I don't like it. So she would only walk on concrete, but now she's like becoming a grass dog. She's like into it a little bit more each day. She's like, okay, well, I can get down with it, I guess. She doesn't know, like, she didn't know how to walk on a leash. So she does this thing where she like spins like a lot, and she'll like flip, she'll like try and trip you. I swear to God, it's intentional. And she'll flip sides constantly. She'll just like jump around, jump on your leg. And then, you know, she's kind of scared of everything, but we're building her up. She's only 8 pounds. So, you know, the world's probably a little scarier when you're only 8 pounds. So I kind of get it. But at the same time, we're gonna get her up to speed. She also does this thing where she nibbles your toes. Like, she's really into toe nibbling. And I'm like, you are a kinky, like, little girl. That is so weird. But that's like her favorite thing. So we were like, okay, so she's into chewing. We'll get her some like bones, you know? And guys, I can't believe how obsessed she is with her dog bone. It's like, she's like she like blacked out. She forgot who I was. She just ran off with the bone and just started going to town on this thing. Like, you could just hear her from across the house, just like throwing it around. And then at one point she like tossed it under our couch, and she like dove under the couch and disappeared for like a minute. And then all you saw was her coming out with the bone in her mouth, just like whoosh, from under the couch. And I'm like, that's like kind of impressive. I don't know how you got that, but she's quite the little character, and she is obsessed with me, like fully obsessed. And her and Wesley have been getting along really well. For the most part, they're not like BFFs by any means, but there's a ton of jealousy around me. Like, they're both in love with me. And Wesley used to like ignore me during the day. He'd be like, all right, like whatever. But now he like incessantly follows me, just like she does. So they both follow me everywhere around the house constantly. And I'm like, what the hell? Wesley, you never used to follow me everywhere. Like, why are you doing this now? So we're just fostering her again for like a month or so. So I don't know. We'll see if Wesley can improve on the jealousy, and her too. But if not, I don't know if we'll do it again for Wesley's sake. He's like my little boy. He's my son. You know, I've had him for over half my life now. So he is my priority. We're just trying it out, and you know, we'll see how it goes. But so far, you know, this is Ridley, so you might be seeing her in more of my videos for the next month or so. But she's a good girl, and she loves giving kisses and chewing on your hands and toes. That's her thing. So Wesley is staring at her right now because he's jealous that she's on my lap. I actually have a rule where she's not allowed on the furniture because that's Wesley's domain, because I'm trying to negate any jealousy wherever possible. But I just have her on my lap now for the video, but normally I wouldn't, because I want Wesley to know, like, you're the lap creature. She'll stay on the floor and have all her toys. She'll be happy there. And that's my little life update for now. Anyway, I hope this video was interesting, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like, please comment, and let me know what you want to see. Please turn on that notification bell so you know every time I post. And I will see you guys in the next one. Say goodbye, Ridley. Goodbye. Yay.